Hello friends, today we're going to be talking about how to buy a single family home. By the end of this video, you're going to have a clear understanding of the entire home buying process, making it easier for you to navigate each step and eventually fulfill your dream of home ownership. Have you ever wondered what are those key steps in order to be able to buy a single family home? Have you ever wondered how to prepare financially or what to expect during that buying process? Well, stay with me as I break it all down for you. But first, let's talk about why single family homes are such a good investment. Secondly, I'm going to break down the financial aspects of buying a single family home. And finally, I want to share with you some of the strategies I'm currently doing right now when it comes to single family homes. If you are ready, let's go. So why are single family homes such a good investment strategy even in today's market economy? Well, in my opinion, homes, especially single family homes, are the bedrock of real estate investing. If you think about it, it is the American dream to own a home. And for most people, that might be the biggest and largest investment that they ever make. Think about it. A lot of people will have a job, and once they own a home, they might not invest in any other pieces of real estate. They might have a retirement account, but as far as an asset that they own, a single family home is probably the largest and most important investment they will ever have. Because think about it. For most people, when they buy a home, they plan to live in it and raise their family. And if you bought a home 20, 30 years ago, or if you buy a home now and you raise your family and eventually your family leaves the home and you might downsize, that home could potentially be paid off, or you would have paid off a significant amount of that home. And if you were to turn around and sell it, that is a very big asset that you have. I know some people, some friends of mine who bought homes in California 30 years ago, right? And they bought it for maybe say $200,000-$300,000. Some of those homes right now are worth $1.5 million. So being the most important asset ever that they own is really important. And one of the challenges, and I feel bad for today's generation because it seems like home ownership is so much harder for this generation that is coming up because prices are so high, interest rates are so high. But is it possible to find homes that you can buy and purchase single family homes? Absolutely. You know, another benefit of single family homes is there are a lot of strategies around single family residences. And when you buy a home, there might be some creative things you can do that will help you make some of those payments as you buy it. For example, when I bought my first home, I bought a condo and then eventually I bought a home. When I bought that home, I actually built it and I wanted to make sure that there was a basement apartment built in the home that I was building. That way I could have somebody help me pay my mortgage every single month. And when I built that home, I ended up turning around and selling it as when the market was kind of down. I still made money on the sale of my home, but I look 15 years later, if I would have held on to that home even longer, it was worth 3 to 4 times of what I paid for that home. Now, I definitely didn't get that, but I could see if we would have lived there for a long period of time, that it would have been a phenomenal investment for me and my family. So what are the steps when it comes to buying a single family home? So the first thing you need to do is find the home. You need to find the deal. And here are a few resources that I utilize when I'm looking for single family homes. Number one is Zillow. I know it's out there to the public, it's out there to everybody, but they have a lot of filters that you can put on there. Plus, the other thing I really like about Zillow is you can get a pretty good indication of comparables in the market that you're looking. So if you're looking at a home and you like this home, you can look at almost all the homes around it to see what their current value is in the exact same location. So it gives you a really good understanding if the home you're looking for, that you're looking to buy, if the price that it's being sold at is incomparable to the other homes in that area. Another one that I really like is an off-market property finder called RealFlow. I use this all the time. Yes, it costs money. There's a subscription every month, but it's worth it. You can actually query properties that are in pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, maybe absentee owner. There's a lot of filters you can use to help you find properties that maybe others might not be able to find because it queries all of this data to provide it for investors out there that are looking for homes. And it's a great software I've utilized to find really good deals on single family homes. And the final thing that I use is realtors. If I tell a realtor, say, listen, this is what I'm looking for, this is the area I'm looking at, would you please bring me some homes? And I get set up a lot of times on automatic emails that when a property first comes on the market, that it hits my inbox, I'm able to go and look at it to see if it's something I'm interested in. So the next step after you find your home is placing an offer on that home. And there are many places online where you can find real estate contracts, or obviously utilizing a real estate agent is another great way to put an offer on a piece of property. I love using real estate agents. I know some investors aren't big fans of utilizing real estate agents, but I've found them to be absolutely vital in some of the real estate transactions I've been able to do and help me out a lot of times, maybe finding things or seeing things that I otherwise would not have known had I not utilized them. And always, this is a good practice, whether you're buying a home for yourself or as an investment, is being able to negotiate like a champ. When it comes to buying a single family home, and if you're not completely sold on this is your dream home, because if this is your dream home and nothing else matters and you don't even look for other homes, you're probably gonna pay a little bit more. But if you say, listen, I need a home that fits this bill and you're willing to look at multiple properties in that area, you can probably negotiate a better price on multiple homes than you could on one. Now, once you have a home that you want and you have it under contract, you gotta start looking at the financing that needs to be involved to purchase this home. And for many people, it's probably best to have that financing in order or a bank that could pre-approve you when you go out looking for a home. But if you're buying through a traditional financing option like a bank, they're gonna require that you provide them the financial documentation to make sure that you're worthy of being able to buy the home and somebody they're willing to lend money to. So they'll typically ask for 2 years of tax returns, 2 years of W-2 statements, and typically 90 days of bank statements. They wanna see if the down payment you have just magically appeared in your account or if you're able to show proof that the deposits you've had over a period of time and that your income justifies your ability to fund or to pay for the asset and the debt that you're taking on. The final aspect of purchasing a home is typically closing on that piece of property, and that is done at a title company so it can be recorded with the county in which you reside. So that's if you're buying a home yourself, but if you're buying a home as a rental or as a real estate investment, all of those same things could apply unless you're using private money or you're finding off-market property deals yourself, but a lot of those principles will still apply. And I think that understanding some of the strategies that are applied for single-family homes is also important. So let's dive into some of those. Probably the basic and easiest one to understand is rentals, right? If you own a single-family home and if you rent that out, that is an amazing way to own an asset and have somebody else pay for your asset as it grows in value and appreciates over time. I can't think of anything more amazing than that, right? Because if you rent that home out for a long period of time, you are gonna significantly pay down the debt on that home and have an asset that has a lot of equity in it. And that rental could be a single family home, it could be a condo, it could be a townhome, it could be anything under that umbrella. Another strategy is one called a lease option. This is a rent to own strategy. So if you own a single family home, and let's say we're in the current economy right now, because this is a strategy that I'm utilizing right now. For the current economy, I believe there's a lot of people that want to buy a single family home or a home in general that are sitting on the sidelines worried about interest rates or prices. But if you said, listen, I've got a home, I'm willing to sell it to you, but you don't have to buy it until 2 years from now. You can rent it, live in it, and then we'll close on it 2 years from now, but let's figure out a price and agree on a price right now. That could be an amazing strategy, and I know it's an amazing strategy for a lot of people out there because it gives the buyer the ability to come in and test drive the home, so to speak, and close on it 2 years from now when maybe interest rates are much lower than they are right now. Could they be higher? They could. But they don't have to execute on the home, but they do have to pay an option price, and that price they pay for the option gives them the right to buy the home at that certain price at a certain date down the road. And 2 years from now, the price of the home could be significantly higher than the price they have it locked under contract for. So it could be a benefit for both the buyer and the seller, but it's a great strategy if you own a single family home. Now, some of you might say, I don't have any money to be able to buy a single family home. Are all strategies out there lost and gone? No, they're not. Here's a couple of strategies you can do right now if you do not have much money to invest in single family homes. And the one that I like is called wholesaling. Wholesaling is a strategy when you are looking for a lot of properties, whether you're using Zillow or off-market software like RealFlow that I really like to use, and you're trying to find homes at a really good deal. And I promise they're out there, you just gotta do a lot of digging. But if you can find a home at a good deal and you can negotiate it for a low price, well below what they're asking, and if you are able to put into the contract and or assigns, that gives you the ability to assign that contract to somebody else. So wholesaling essentially is finding a home at a very low price, getting it under contract and or assigns, and being able to turn around and assign that contract to somebody else. And you can find those properties, like I said, everywhere. It just takes some digging. Another strategy in finding some of these homes that have worked well for a couple people that I know that are doing this right now is called Drive for Dollars. That's where they'll drive around neighborhoods and they will look at a home and say, man, this home looks like it's a little bit under the weather, so to speak, right? It could use a little enhancing or fixed up or some cosmetic makeup to make it look better. And you can even go knock on the door and say, listen, I represent some real estate investors. We're buying homes in the neighborhood. We'd be interested in buying your home, and start a conversation, right? And especially if you go into that conversation thinking that you're going to be solution oriented, that is a great strategy to do right now that requires no money out of your pocket. It requires you to do a lot of digging and becoming really good at finding deals, because once you have a single family home under contract at a low price, the doors are open to you. And then you can turn around and offer that contract to somebody else. And somebody might say, well, where would I find somebody to buy it from me? And you can do it a number of different ways. And probably the best way that I've utilized is going on Facebook, because I have joined a ton of Facebook groups out there that have allowed me to be able to see what's happening in the real estate market. And I see a lot of people that are doing just this on Facebook, where they're saying, I've got this property and I'm willing to assign it at this price. It's this much below market value. Here's the ARV, the after repair value of the property. So you're able to show the potential buyer that there's some meat on the bones for them to make some money. And those are some things I'm doing when I buy single family homes, if it's not for myself or I'm using it as an investment strategy. But I'd love to understand what you're doing and what strategies you're engaged in when it comes to single family homes. And as always, just for stopping by, I've got a free gift for you. It's aaronsfreetraining.com. It's a short-term rental calculator. You put in all the input, the purchase price, the income, the expenses, and it'll actually spit out to you, do all the work for you, and let you know if it's a good deal or not. And it's 100% free, no questions asked. Just click on the link below. And once again, thanks for stopping by. Have an amazing day.